Namaste, class. Hello, welcome. It's so nice to be with you today, and it is that. What we're going to do today, I think you'll find, at least I hope that you will, a very important class. You know how much I love your mail, and I love reading what part of the country you're from, what type of life that you're leading. All these different facts help me tremendously, as it helps to really keep the connection going between us both, and is very, very meaningful to me. And in reading the letter from a little tiny town, for instance, in Texas, or somebody way up in Vermont who writes me and says, Lilias, you're my only Hatha Yoga teacher. And this really, I feel the responsibility here. And I want to do this class, especially for you who will have no other Hatha Yoga teacher except myself. Many of you, of course, do and live very close to wonderful teachers in your area that really enrich your own daily sadhana, your own daily practice. But many of you do not. So if you would think about this today, is in your book, we have Sarvangasana, of course, which is I think is probably one of the most important asanas or postures that we can do and practice, and to always make it better, always try and reach to make the asana better. And we're going to do some very different things today, things we've never talked about before, for instance, even if you've watched the series for many, many months. And I've been trying very conscientiously to think of more ideas to help, again, to reach out over that glass, break the glass in many ways that I possibly can, to help us to really understand Sarvangasana, to the shoulder stand, to really experience it better in every way and form that I can possibly think of. Please take notes. This is a good day to do so. Perhaps right alongside of Sarvangasana, some of the little ideas that you can do in your own practice when we don't get together. And even if if you're an experienced Hatha Yoga student, perhaps you're going to I hope that you'll find something, just a little something that will help you to open up more. That's growth. That's why we're here. That's Hatha Yoga. That's yoga, is just like the lotus, constantly growing and opening slowly and surely. So let us start today by first doing a rock and roll. And as I say rock and roll forwards and back from your right hip, figure it out. I'm going to say rock from your right hip to your right shoulder. And this whole side of the body here, you have the whole side of the body here, all these muscles on that side, the right side of the spinal column, are going to be worked upon. Please have your mat soft. Not just a little thin bath mat here. For rock and roll, you really need some good padding. And if you run and get something, if you will, because it's no fun to do this, especially if you're very thin. So even if you've never done Sarvangasana with me before, this is a good place to start, is rock and roll. Just place your hands around the knees, and first we're just going to roll directly on top of the spine. Of course, you'll have the muscles to support you here on either side, but carefully, if you're a beginner now, please, the upper neck, be gentle with. But just lift your feet and round your back, and just rock from the back and forwards, and back onto the shoulders, and forwards, and once more now, back onto the shoulders, and round the back, and come up. If you feel a little stuck and you're still back down there on your back, you can just pull your legs, the feet, close to the thighs, and get the motion of the snapping motion with the feet to the thighs, and that will be of help to you. Now we're going to move a little bit further forward, and don't forget about, you're going to flop around a little bit doing this, but lean now on your right hip, and you're going to now go back, massaging now the right hip and up into right shoulder and up. Try this with me, round the back, and lift your feet and go from right hip, right shoulder, and come up once more. Round the back, lift your feet, and right hip, right shoulder, and come up. How are you doing? Good. It should feel a little wobbly. That's all right. Now, here you get yourself sitting now so your weight is more on your left hip. Lift your feet and go from left hip, left shoulder, and come up 2 times at least. Lift your feet round the back, left hip, left shoulder, and come up. Now let's go from left hip, right shoulder. So you're going diagonally. You're going making an X across your back. And I have visions I'm going to come flying into your living room one day if I'm not too careful doing this next one. But round your back and start now sitting on your left hip. Lift your feet, go from left hip, now right shoulder, and come up. Feels very peculiar. Lift your feet up, go left hip and right shoulder, and then go from right hip now to left shoulder. Do you understand what I mean? It's like we're making a great big cross down the center of your back. Now sit on your right hip, just slightly lean on your right hip, and go right hip now left shoulder, and twice more right hip left shoulder, and sit up now. Face me and observe. Now observe the whole back. You can feel why are we doing this? We're doing this to warm up. And this is a more extensive rock and roll. Just close your eyes for a second. Observe. Feel the tingling, the warmth, the life kind of flowing back into stiff muscles. Not so tired muscles perhaps, but muscles that don't really feel alive. Now we do some breathing, and this is important. Just close the mouth, open the nostrils wide, and try and make the back of your throat as wide and as much of an O as you can. Exhale your air now through the nose. Out, clearing the lungs. Good. Now inhale for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Hold at the top. Oh, good, hold. Exhale slowly. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Keep it coming. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now, how many of you went on your inhalation, making it like steps? I really would like to have it smooth, a smooth inhalation. In and a smooth, not stop, stop, stop. No, make it smooth in and smooth out. Let's try this once more. Inhale 4 and exhale 8 is the usual ratio. If you're struggling on 8, cut it back to 6. You will get to 8 when the lungs get stronger. Exhale your air now through the nose. Out. Now, inhale slowly. 1 and 2. Now, this time, feel that you're an accordion and you are expanding the rib cage against your shirt. 4. Hold. Now, exhale smoothly. 8 from the top of the lungs. The top of the lungs. Now the middle of the lungs. Slowly, slowly, ration it out. Have it smooth, have it smooth, have it smooth. Good. Good. Fine. Now, the next part as a preparation for Sarvangasana is a simple way of doing some neck exercises that we can do. 1 for as if your very first time, and 2 as if this is you've been with me for quite some time, and you'll really feel it in your upper neck. Obviously, there are reasons why I'm working now on the upper neck. You need strength in your upper neck for Sarvangasana. So just sit straight with the legs out in front of you. And if you would like to listen to me and do along with me or watch the first time, that's fine. I'm going to sit on my hands for support, and my weight comes onto the elbows. Now, class, turn your head and just look here for a moment. Where is the sternum? Just the sternum, right here in the chest. The sternum in this exercise is going to go up to the ceiling. This makes your back arch, doesn't it? And then I drop my head to the start, let's call it start position. All right, just now, don't look here, and bring your head now to start position. And just follow my voice now. Bring your chin to your throat. Hold. Bring your head back to start position. Don't let it hang all the way down. You want to have it start position. Now hold. Stretch your chest up to the ceiling. And now look over your right shoulder. Look over the right shoulder. Back to start position. And now look over your left shoulder. Back to start position. And lie down, relax. Now just lie down, relax for a moment. Just lie down, relax for a moment. Take a breath. Inhale. Now, could you feel your muscles working there? Good. I hope so. It feels almost like an ache. Those are those muscles beginning to work. This will also help, too, to firm the neck, strengthen the neck, and help with the double chin. Now, let us do a little bit more difficult neck exercise. Place your hands on your thighs. Now, look here, will you, because it's important that you see this one detail. When I say come back to straight position, it means that the head is only about an inch off of the floor. This would be back to your beginning position. And then you rotate from side and side. And so I hope that that explains that a little bit easier for you. Now, lift your head so we start in your straight position, your beginning position. Place the hands on the thighs. And also, if this gets too difficult, go back to your elbows. It's fine with me. Either way is fine. Raise your head now so you're in your straight position. Bring your chin to your throat. Good stretch in the back of the neck. And then back into your straight position. Hold. Breathe shallowly. Rotate your head now. Bring your chin over your right shoulder. And straight ahead. And now rotate your chin over your left shoulder. Straight ahead. And relax. Now, I'm sure you could feel that. If you did feel nothing, that's marvelous. If you felt something like an ache in the neck area, good. Those are muscles beginning to work, beginning to come alive. Now back in your sponge position. Back in your sponge position here, and exhale your air through the nose. Exhale and inhale. Bring in energy in slowly and smoothly in. Nice deep breath. And exhale, slow, smooth exhalation out and out and out and out. Bend the knees. Bring the arms now over your head. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Raise arms, head, shoulders, contract abdomen, and sit up. Fine. Two things now to put down in your book. One is this rock and roll, and two, perhaps a little bit more attention this week on this neck strengthening exercises. And a little area of the body we don't attend to too much, do we? And it's wonderful to strengthen the neck, too. It will help keep the upper spine, in the upper neck, in straight alignment. When we do Sarvangasana, there is a point where I say the shoulders support your whole posture. And what do I really mean by that? What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to turn around for a minute and do this with me so you can feel and watch, look at the same time. The upper neck is delicate, and the shoulder area plays a very important part in many of the asanas. And this will be a very good preparation if you can just look here for a moment. You know the chest expander that we do? Well, do it, watch here first. As I bring my hands behind me and stretch the neck, you can watch the upper neck now as I begin to squeeze and raise the arms and look at the folds. Look at the folds that come on either side of the spinal column. Pretty interesting. As you can see here, that's muscle. Some of it's Lilias padding, but a great deal of it is muscle. In your shoulder stand, that area is pressed, and that's the area when this is done that the upper neck is supported. The vertebra is supported by this muscle, as you can see. And now I'm going to release, and you do this with me. You do this with me and feel the muscles pulling in here, and you will feel what I've just done here. Bring the hands behind you and straighten your elbows, right? Straighten your elbows. Now lift the arms, inhale, and feel your chest expand, and feel the wings squeeze, and release, relax. Now you can feel, too, the sensation of tension relieving, etc. But that motion of bringing the shoulders together is very important in the beginning of Sarvangasana, and also very difficult if you're stiff in these areas. So a preparation would be, if you find this difficult, is to do the shoulder squeeze and hold, and you'll see in a few weeks' time this will start to loosen up. The chest will also start to expand, but also start to stretch. Let's do now another preparation, which is a bridge position, and we'll do the same arm movement here. You'll find it a little easier to do than you would when we get up into your shoulder stand. So lie back down, place your feet apart and lift your head and look down at your feet. Don't want your feet out to the side. I want them straight ahead. So you are in balance. The pelvis is on the ground, the lower back is on the floor, and place the palms of your hands flat on the floor. Now tighten your seat muscles, tip the pelvis, and press the lower back to the floor. Press the weight to your feet now. Push down on your feet and slowly, just follow my voice, raise the hips up so the vertebrae come off of your floor, one vertebra at a time, slowly. Come back down again, class, now. I have an idea that you might be moving too fast. You want to feel each vertebra as they leave. Do nothing unconsciously, all right? Do nothing unconsciously. Be very awake to how your body is moving and reacting. All right, now pull your shoulders down from your ears. Tuck the wings underneath the shoulders so they are tucked underneath close to your spinal column. Tighten your seat muscles. Tilt the pelvis. Press the lower back to the floor. Immediately the tummy flattens out. Press the weight now to your feet. Close your eyes now. Feel what's happening as your vertebrae start to raise, one at a time. 1 and 2. Slowly 3 and 4. Don't rush. Be aware, be awake to each vertebra as they leave. Now bring the hips all the way up as high as they will go, and you come now up into your shoulder area. Now here, even if you're a very beginner, first-time beginner, this is what I'm trying to explain and have you experience. Bring your hands together now. Bring the hands together and twine them. Clasp them together and straighten your elbows. Good, just don't go any further than that. Now, you can see perhaps even this might feel strange, awkward, stiff. But if you can get your hands to the floor, try and work your shoulders together. Try and work the upper shoulders together. Lift the hips up. And this is very important to feel. Wiggle yourself around now. Open your eyes and wiggle yourself around so you can feel the shoulders, muscles squeezing together, supporting the vertebra of your upper neck, and your elbows are straight. Good. Now, lift your sternum up to the ceiling. Lift it up, and your chin comes close to the sternum. Now release. Hands, palms flat on the floor. Hips up, tighten the seat muscles, and lower vertebra at a time, slowly and smoothly down. Slowly and smoothly down. Hips up till the very last moment. Then press your lower back to the floor, and just rest for a moment. In this position, take a breath. Now, just relax, exhaling your air out. Inhale, breathing in slowly, expanding the rib cage. Inhale, expand it, breathe sideways, and exhale. Now exhale out all tension, all stiffness from the body. Good. Now rest, if you will. I'm going to sit up, but you rest for a moment in sponge position. Or even as I'm talking, if you want to approach that bridge with the arms together, go right ahead. Could you, as you're doing the exercise, could you feel what I was trying to explain? Good. I hope so. I hope so. Something else now that I think that you might find helpful is for many of you, I know I'm just going to get a prop here, is the upper neck. Again, it's not a joint. It's very delicate. It needs preparation before we go flying up, bringing our feet straight up to the ceiling. But here I have a very simple hand towel. And there are many of you that I know you're beginning to feel, gosh, my upper neck has this huge curve in it, and it's hard for me to bring my chin to my throat, and it's hard to go back, bringing my chin up to the ceiling. Well, this might be of help to you. And what I do is I'm going to ask you to take, maybe not at this time because I don't want you to run out, but perhaps at the next time when you practice by yourself, which I hope you do, is to take this hand towel. I've folded it, and if you have maybe even folding it twice, so you get 4 thicknesses, I'm going to place it. Now watch where I place it. You might make a mistake here and put it up too high. This is as if I'm lying down, right? Is that you place this towel right here, so it's parallel with your shoulder, and if you can see now, I just reached back, and this vertebra here, this vertebra in my upper neck, this big vertebra, now feel back in your own neck. Do you feel a very predominant vertebra just before you go between your shoulders? Well, that is what I want to protect. And that is, in the beginning, important perhaps to use this towel for protection, for elevation. And this you might find helpful. So I'm going to use it today and show you in just lying down how to protect your upper neck, since I can't be right there and say, we could do it this way and that way. So I'm going to lay the towel down on the floor, and if you have a rug, you can even use a rug right now, but perhaps you might bring a towel next time to class. Don't have the towel all squished up now into this upper vertebra or in the back of your head. Remember, it is to support across the shoulder area and to support these very big vertebrae that are not used to all of this weight in the beginning. So, if you'd like to watch, fine, first time, but second time, do join us. Now I'm going to look down and measure to see that the towel is straight and parallel with my shoulders, and feel too that that it's right exactly behind this very large vertebra of the neck, and placing now the palms of the hands on the floor. And will you all join me now and just follow my voice? Remember, as you inhale, raise both legs up. Exhale, lift the hips up off the floor. And just as a thought, some perhaps might be, if you're very, very overweight, or you are perhaps a little frightened of this posture, use the wall. That would be all right with me. You could go against the wall and sort of walk your feet up. We'll do that at another time, but you can use the wall here. Place the palms of the hands flat on the floor. Inhale. Now, first press the lower back to the floor. Excuse me, this is important. Press your lower back to the floor, tightening the seat muscles, and bending the knees if you have to. Inhale. Raise both legs up to the ceiling. Inhale, and push down with hands. Exhale, lift the hips up. Lift the hips up, and then bend your elbows. Place the palms of the hands flat on support of the hips. And here you're in the position. You're in the position. It's not correct at this point, but this is a beginning. And if this is your very first time, I'd like you to not watch here. And if you're holding comfortably, to hold here for about 2 weeks, getting confidence, getting the body acclimated to being upside down, and then work into what we're going to do today. Now here, if you're just holding, just hold. Simply come down when you feel like it. Just don't collapse when you come down. If you've been with me for a while and the body is prepared, here, class, start to stretch the spine, straighten the spine, moving your hands downwards towards your shoulders. And here is where I wanted you to straighten your elbows, clasp your hands, and squeeze now, moving the shoulder area so it becomes a firm foundation for Sarvangasana. Remember the squeeze that we were doing before. This is what's happening. Now, if you can do this in this position, wonderful. But this is where we're working for, straightening the elbows and squeezing the shoulders. The chin is in the sternum, and there is moderately easy breathing. Then release, trying to keep your elbows close together. Place your hands as far down the spine as they will go. Bring the elbows closely together and start lifting from the perineum up to the heels, pressing the pelvis forward. Now, don't watch here. Breathe shallowly. Tighten your seat muscles and lift and hold, breathing shallowly. Breathing shallow. I'd like you to hold for a few seconds longer. Lift, tighten the seat muscles, elbows closely together. Open your eyes. See where you are. See where you are. Now, bring the knees to your forehead. Everybody, whether you've been in the half candle or the more advanced shoulder stand, knees to your forehead. Place the palms of the hands flat on the floor and chin up to the ceiling, back of the head to the floor. Roll down, vertebra at a time, until your hips touch the floor. Heels stretched up to the ceiling. Stretch your heels up to the ceiling and continue on down in one smooth motion, keeping the arch out of your lower back by using the abdomen. Pull your shoulders now down from your ears. Palms of the hands up to the ceiling. Tighten your seat muscles. Press your lower back to the floor and hold it there. Hold it there. If you have any kind of discomfort after shoulder stand, it's just the weak muscles of your lower back. So hold the muscles directly to the floor. Release, relax. Feet apart, class. Gently rotate your head now from side to side and side to side. Close your eyes. Don't watch here. Don't watch here. Get in now to what is really going on after Sarvangasana inside of your own body. Inside of your own body. And just let any tension or fatigue flow out of your arms, out of your shoulder area. And feel the legs, the coolness or the warmth as the blood flows back into the legs. And give a suggestion now to your whole body to relax. Close your eyes, focusing the attention on the legs, the toes, the calves, the knees, your thighs, layer by layer of muscles in the thighs, all the way from the hips down. Feel it happening. Now focus your attention into the pelvis area, into your lower back, deeply into your muscles, into your spinal column, and then feel the back respond to your command of relaxation, their heaviness. Now all across your chest and your breathing, shallowness, quietness in the chest. And then let this flow all the way down now into your arms and into your fingertips. Unlock your jaw and just relax all of the cheek muscles all around the eyes, the top of the scalp. And then your breathing is quiet, peaceful, balanced. And here we are. Sarvangasana pulls us together. The whole body position, the whole body pulled into balance of flexibility, of balance, of strength, working towards union. That's what yoga is, working towards union of yourself. Thank you, class. Namaste.
Size small for young children ages 2 to 4 is next this Tuesday morning. Later tonight, our Science Series Nova will talk about seeds.